Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Megha Sharma. The political earthquake within the Trinamool Congress is showing no signs of stopping. Now, what began as murmurs of dissent have now snowballed into a crisis in the party's 28-year history. First came the open revolt by the 58 TMC MLAs who broke ranks with the leadership and threw their weight behind the expelled MLA Abhishek Banerjee. The rebel camp has now even secured recognition in the assembly, dealing a massive blow to Mamata Banerjee's authority. Then came the resignation of Firhad Hakim, who's the Kolkata mayor, senior TMC face and one of Mamata Banerjee's most trusted lieutenants. His exit has only deepened the sense of a party in a free fall. With reports of more leaders distancing themselves from organization, the TMC leadership has responded with an extraordinary step, dissolving all party committees and frontal organizations in a bid to regain control. For a party that dominated Bengal politics for over a decade, the biggest battle may no longer be against its rivals, but within its own ranks. Let's open up this conversation. On the telecast with me are my panelists. I have with me Shuvendu Mukherjee. Let's start this conversation with you, and it is a very interesting phenomenon that we are witnessing currently in TMC, and let me know if you agree with me with regards to these two factions that seem to have been built. One is the Mamata Banerjee, whose authority is not being questioned by the aides and loyalists in the TMC, but the other side, which is the Abhishek Banerjee front, which is being heavily criticized, which is being questioned, and Mamata Banerjee is being asked to take the lead, to control the party, and people within the party are not happy with Abhishek Banerjee and the way he has created the position for himself to be a natural beneficiary, in fact the inheritor of the TMC after Mamata Banerjee. How do you think these tremors, these ripples are going to impact the TMC, Mamata Banerjee, and more particularly the future of Abhishek Banerjee?
Yeah, so thanks. So my assessment here is that Mamata Banerjee, for many people, not just her own political workers, their leaders, as well as the public of Bengal, Mamata Banerjee is a very senior leader, a very senior figure. And for the last almost, say, 2 to 3 decades, she's been at the forefront of politics of West Bengal. And for many, she's like a figurehead of what has transpired in the state of West Bengal, her struggles, her fights, her ideology, her everything, the way she has come up as a leader has been of significance. But as compared to Abhishek Banerjee, who is more so of a person who's been parachuted into the party, so that probably has led to many people feeling disillusioned in her own party. Whatever I've heard for the last 4 weeks or so, and today is also a momentous, it's completing a month ever since the results have happened. Many in the party feel that they were not given their due, or they were not given a voice to express whatever displeasures they had, whatever suggestions they used to have, because it was either Abhishek Banerjee or IPAC who used to rule the internal dispensation of the Trinamool Congress. That is why what has come out from these factions is that Mamata Banerjee they would like to keep as an advisor, because Mamata doesn't have a seat as of now. She doesn't have a constituency to represent. And I think the angst or the anger is particularly against Abhishek Banerjee. That is why you have all these churnings that have taken place. TMC has dissolved the entire organization structure that they've had. So going forward, what I would really believe is that going forward, a lot of internal suggestions that have seemed to be coming up is that Mamata Banerjee has to come out herself and probably announce to the world that it is only her who shall be the face and probably would be leading the party from here on. Perhaps that is how you might attract the people who've not yet spoken out and people who might just stick with Mamata going forward and keep Abhishek Banerjee away from the entire picture. That is my prima facie assessment.
Okay, Joyita, quickly a response from you. Do you assess this internal revolt as a fight between the old guard and the new guard that Abhishek Banerjee brought about a massive change in terms of how youth leaders should look like, his model of governance when he has been the member of parliament from the constituency, Diamond Harbour, and he has projected himself as a leader whose governance model in Diamond Harbour should be replicated or should have been replicated across Bengal ever since he won it in 2014, and that has irked the old guard within the TMC no end.
Well, this revolt that is happening has nothing to do with the old guard or the new guard. It is every sort of guard that is revolting against, I would say, against Abhishek Banerjee. It is the whole, I mean, if you're looking at 80 MLAs they have got, out of which around 60 MLAs are saying that we are not going to listen to what Abhishek Banerjee is going to say. So, and that is a mix of old guard and new guard. And for example, an old guard guy is like, say, something like Firhad Hakim. I mean, he is the one who has now resigned from the chairmanship of the Kolkata Municipal Corporation. He has been pushing, I mean, basically all of them, they have kind of understood the sentiment on the ground, and all of them are now trying to distance themselves from Abhishek Banerjee. And that is because when it comes to Abhishek Banerjee, it's basically Abhishek Banerjee and IPAC together, the kind of atmosphere they have created. And you see, everybody is revolting against it. But at the same time, it's not so one-sided in terms of, I mean, there are wheels within wheels. Let's put it this way, it serves a lot of people's interest to basically hobble Mamata Banerjee politically. And that is the process that has started, because a lot of them also want to be on the right side of the BJP, Shubhendu Adhikari.
Okay. All right. I'm going to quickly